Hello friends, welcome back to Cosmopolitan Cornbread. So this is my May Azure Standard haul video. If this is your first time watching one of my haul videos, I don't do gigantic haul videos usually. This is just the things that I buy for the month. Sometimes I will purchase cases of frozen foods to put in our Harvest Right freeze dryer. You know, building up the pantry and stuff like that. Sometimes I'm buying some bulk things for canning, which I have a whole bunch of things that are in my next order, my June order for canning. But otherwise, it's usually things that I'm buying for my freezer, buying for my pantry. You know, you're not going to see me do like $5,000 Azure Standard hauls or anything like that. It's just my routine things, and I like to share these videos because people like to watch them to see what Azure Standard carries. I have a video where I talk about how Azure Standard works. I'll put a link to that up here in the card or in the video description down below. But I'm just going to share with you what I got this month. So first of all, I got 3 cases of their pint canning jars because I realized the other day that I don't have very many pint jars. So I ordered 3 cases of the pint jars. And what I love about these, first of all, the jars are pretty. As a matter of fact, I'll open up a case real quick and show you what they look like. Let me just show you one real quick. So they have, if you can see it, here on this side, it says Azure. It says Azure in print, Canning Company in print, and then in the middle it's got Azure in kind of a script font. And then over here on this side, there's kind of a mountain scene, and it says Azure underneath that. And it's got like wheat on each side, you know, the sheaves of wheat. So they're pretty jars. Now, in truth, the jars themselves are not made in the United States, which is kind of disappointing, but they are good jars. I have a lead testing kit. So, you know, even though they come from another country, I can test them, make sure everything's safe, which I figure it would be coming from Azure Standard. But the lids are the winning touch for me because they are my favorite lids of all time. I actually have an affiliate with them. You can get superb canning lids at my link, and you can get 20% off of your order if you buy them from their website. Coupon code cornbread20 if you are interested in amazing canning lids. But I needed some more lids. I had my Azure Standard order going in, so I just threw a few more cases of these in there. Or I needed more jars, so I threw some cases in my order. And then right here, I have a case of beef broth because my pantry shelf was getting a bit sparse in the broth department. I have some onion broth that I had canned, and I've got a little bit of turkey broth that I had canned, but I was pretty much out of beef broth and out of chicken broth. And so now locally it's pretty easy for me to find organic chicken broth, but I've struggled finding beef broth. So I went ahead and I bought a whole case of this. I do need to make some more homemade. You know, of course, homemade's always my favorite. And I believe I can order soup bones, frozen beef soup bones through Azure Standard. So I may add that to my next order. I'll check that out and see if I can find that. I think they have them on there. But in the meantime, I've got lots of broth. So this right here, now this is a newbie for us. My husband, Mr. Smith, loves ramen noodles. But we haven't bought them in a long time because, you know, the ingredients might be questionable and I just don't trust stuff. But I discovered that Azure Standard carries a couple varieties of, you know, the ramen noodles. So I ordered a pack of them for Mr. Smith to try out to see if he likes them. It's made with organic noodles, Asian noodles. And this brand is Dr. McDougall's Right Foods. And it's the spicy Kung Pao flavor is the ones I got for him because Mr. Smith likes the spicy foods. I am a spice wimp, although I can tolerate a little more than I used to be able to. I definitely am not adding like habanero sauce to my chicken and dumplings like Mr. Smith does. So ramen noodles. Now I did also get some frozen things, but I've already unpacked those because we're getting into hot weather. I forgot my cooler, which I like to take with me when it's hot out, for the frozen things. And so I have already unpacked my frozen box and put it in the freezer, but I can show you right here what I got. All right, so we're trying out another new thing. This is grass-fed beef meatballs. And the brand there, as you can see, is called Force of Nature. Never tried these before, but I bought a 3-pack of the Italian because I figured you can't go wrong with Italian. And then the ancestral beef ones, I just got one of those because they have like ground up organ meat in there, and I don't know. I'm just, you know, kind of squeamish about that sort of stuff. But I got a package of the barbecue shredded beef brisket just to throw in the freezer. It's nice to have quick things. In addition to the brisket, these are something else we like to always have in the house is frozen burger patties, good quality ones. Because if we are busy, we're doing things, throwing a few burger patties into the air fryer and just air frying them up makes a super quick meal. And, you know, you can put them on a bun like a regular burger. I like to serve them with some steak sauce and do them like a little mini steak. Just super easy, you know, high protein, low carb, and all of that, and just super easy convenience food, to be honest. All right, so then that brings me to this box right here, which is all of the rest of the things. All right, so we've got our sales flyer right there that's got all of the things on sale for the month of June. And by the way, did you know that you can get plants and seeds from Azure Standard? Why, yes, you can. I got a great big bag of mustard. And I know you're probably thinking, why in the world do you have so much mustard? Well, one of my most popular, famous, whatever you want to call it, recipes on my website is my Carolina barbecue sauce. And of course, I used to make Carolina pulled pork, but instead I do it with turkey now. However, the idea came to me to make a large batch of the Carolina barbecue sauce, which is a mustard-based sauce, and can it. And so I decided to make some minor modifications to it to make it canning friendly. And so I am going to be canning up a big old batch of my barbecue sauce, and I'll be sharing that in a video here in the coming weeks. I ordered 2 different kinds of relish, pickle relish. I love using pickle relish in things, and it's so funny because now I don't like pickles on or in things like whole slices of pickles or things like that, but I love pickle relish. And I really wanted to find one that didn't have any kind of, you know, questionable ingredients in it. A lot of relishes that you buy will have preservatives, they'll have dyes, food coloring in them. And so I found 2 different kinds of kosher pickle relish, and because I didn't know which one I would like, I ordered one of each to test them out and see which one I liked better. So this is the Bubby's brand. This is a fermented kosher dill relish. And then this one is the Sweet Creek Foods organic dill relish. Once we break into both of these, I can let you know which one is our preferred one. So then I got 3 boxes of the Annie's grass-fed shells and aged cheddar macaroni and cheese boxes. Every so often we'll make macaroni and cheese for our granddaughter. And I had actually never seen the grass-fed ones in stores or anything like that. And so when I saw them on Azure Standard, I thought this might be a better option than the other ones. Now, of course, homemade from scratch would be the best option, but you know, just realistically, sometimes I don't have time to do that. And so I thought this might be a good option for the granddaughter. So next is a bottle of the Chansa Piedra. And I do not know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but this is an herbal, medicinal herb. It is something that I started taking a while back. This is also known as the stone breaker herb because my body hates me sometimes and I live with chronic kidney stones. And so I decided to begin taking this to maybe try and help things out a little bit. On the same lines of like therapeutic medicinal, I ordered a container of this tallow cream. It has Manuka honey, which is super healing. And you know, I saw this on their website. It was actually on sale, I believe. And I thought it'd be worth a try. I'm a huge, huge fan of tallow balms. I don't use traditional lotion much anymore. I mean, every so often, yes, but I'm a big, big fan of anything tallow-based nowadays. And this one in particular says autoimmune dry skin relief. So if you've got some autoimmune issues, this might be beneficial, especially, I mean, tallow in general is great for things like eczema and psoriasis, but this one might be even better. And Manuka honey is always amazing. And then finally, I got some organic yellow ginger. So I figure I can dehydrate some of this. I could maybe freeze dry some and then use some fresh. And I might even stick some of these in the garden since I've got some garden tubs that I have not planted yet. We'll see. All right, so that is my pretty simple Azure Standard haul for this month. You know, a few pantry items, a few medicinal, therapeutic things, some things for the pantry, some things for canning day, and all of that. And of course, some ingredients and such. Again, if you are not familiar with Azure Standard, if you would like to learn more about them, I do have a video where I walk you through the process of exactly how it works. And again, I will put a link to that in the video description down below. So that is it for today, friends. Thanks for joining me here again at the homestead. My name is Constance from Cosmopolitan Cornbread. God bless, and I'll talk to y'all next time.